What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. I do fitness tech, supplement reviews, and lifestyle videos every single week. If that's something you're interested in, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe and bell for notifications. Now, today we are talking about the Metabolic Nutrition E.S.P Extreme pre-workout. This is brand new, guys. I basically reached out to Metabolic Nutrition and I said, hey, I want to try your guys' pre-workout. And I noticed that they had this new Extreme pre-workout, and as you guys may or may not know, like, I'm a huge kind of caffeine junkie, stim junkie. I like to chase the stim, but I also like to chase the pump, obviously. So yeah, I basically reached out to them and I said, hey, can I get a tub of this new Extreme and put it through the ringer, do my full review? And they said, yeah. So this came in about a week ago, and I'm very excited to give this a try. I've never tried any of the Metabolic Nutrition pre-workouts. I have tried a few of their other products, but never this. So just in general though, guys, this is a completely unbiased, unpaid, completely open review. With that being said, guys, I got to give a big shout out to Metabolic Nutrition for sending this out to me. Thank you so much. Look forward to working with them again, hopefully on some other projects. More on that later. So yeah, if you guys are new here, we break down the supplement review into 3 different parts. Number 1 is going to be price. 2 is going to be the label, transparency, effectiveness, essentially. And number 3 is going to be taste. I say this with all my pre-workout reviews. Taste is so subjective. You know, one person may think it tastes good and the other person completely different. The things that pop out, the taste profiles, those sort of things are going to be completely different with anybody. So take it somewhat with a grain of salt. All right, so let's get right into it. Price, this comes in at $35.99, and the servings on this is very interesting. Now, it basically is broken down into either taking 1 scoop, 2 scoops, or 3 scoops. In this case, I did go with 2 scoops, which is 25 full servings, okay? So that's the closest to 30. Obviously, you do 3 scoops, 16.6 scoops, and 1 scoop is gonna be 50 scoops. Now, my breakdown of price per serving is based on 2 scoops. I just figured that's the most common, you know, average right there. And with 25 scoops at $35.99, that comes out to $1.44 per serving. Crazy. That is a great price for a pre-workout that I thought would be way more expensive, I'll be completely honest. And the price per serving would be a lot higher, closer to $2, like I've seen in a lot of other pre-workouts. So in terms of price, guys, I am gonna give this a 4 out of 5. You know, if it sits under $1.25 somewhere in there, it's gonna get that 5 out of 5 kind of price per serving overall price rating. But I think this is still a really great price, and that's for 2 scoops. It's not even for 1. So you go 1 scoop of this every day, it's gonna be even less than $1.44. All right, so with price being done, guys, let's move right into the label and effectiveness portion of the video. This label breakdown, as you guys can see here, is a little bit different. Most pre-workouts, I feel like they either do, you know, the traditional 1 scoop serving size if they give you the breakdown, and then sometimes at the bottom it says, hey, you can take 2 scoops, and then you gotta kind of do the math and double everything up. Or sometimes they do tell you 2 scoops and give you the label breakdown. This is actually up to 3 scoops, which is pretty insane, all things considered, and you'll see why once we start going through some of the caffeine and the extreme energy part of this thing. But yeah, it's a full breakdown, which I can appreciate. I gotta give a big shout out to them for doing that. I think that's really important. I think you're giving more information, as much as I don't think a lot of people are gonna be taking 3 scoops. It's nice to see the label breakdown, keeping it completely transparent. So with 2 scoops, that's an 11-gram scoop total. I think that's a little bit low, but I think at the same time, a lot of these sort of products that are high stim are intended to be pushed with a pump product, with maybe some creatine. You know, it's missing some of the key ingredients because they're intending you to kind of stack things together. I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off, 400 milligrams of caffeine. Okay, that's for 2 scoops. If you do 3 scoops, 600 milligrams, okay? Crazy. All right, so 400 milligrams caffeine, 200 milligrams of theobromine, and 112 milligrams more. That's right, 112 more milligrams of the dicaffeine malate. Crazy amount of stim in this. This is gonna be probably the most I've taken this year. Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. I'm probably gonna be feeling it for the rest of the day, which is great. All right, so then moving on, we have the Extreme Mental Matrix, which I like to call basically the nootropics, everything mental sort of ingredients that are gonna help with pushing through that workout, making you feel okay, making you feel good, you know, making sure that you don't necessarily crash super hard with all the stim. And basically, let's get started. We have 1.334 of the choline bitartrate, 400 milligrams of the L-tyrosine, and then 200 milligrams of the iriagerensis. Okay, now this last ingredient I've actually never heard of, so I had to do a little bit of some research, and basically what it is it's very similar to DMAA or ephedra. It's responsible for potentially releasing more dopamine, which is gonna make you feel good, and kind of an interesting product in here. And I'm interested to take it since I've never taken it, see how I kind of feel. I know with DMAA, sometimes you can get like cold sweats, some of that sort of stuff. So I hope there's no negative effects when it comes to taking that. I don't think there will be. I tend to not really have a lot of negative side effects when taking a lot of pre, even with heavy stims, even with some interesting ingredients. So I'm pretty excited to take that. And moving on to our last little bit here, the absorption matrix, we have 3.334 milligrams of the beta-alanine. So I'm definitely gonna get the tingles. Very excited for that. That is a you know, clinical dose, and we have 10 milligrams of the black pepper extract, which I've talked about black pepper extract before. I like black pepper extract, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like it does make me sweat more. I do feel like it does raise my body temp, and obviously it's gonna help with the absorption of all these actives. Like I said, guys, you could do 1 scoop, you could do 3 scoops. I think 2 scoops is right in that middle ground. I think that's a good amount for everything that is in here. Now, what is it missing? Well, you guys know I'm gonna say creatine right off the bat. I say that in pretty much every video. So that aside, I think it's missing all the somewhat of the pump ingredients. And I mean, it doesn't say that there's any pump ingredients in here. And I'm glad that they didn't just throw in, you know, 2 grams of citrulline or 2 grams of arginine in here, or anything else to kind of just fill it up. If you're gonna do it, then do it properly and add that 6 grams of citrulline, maybe, you know, another gram or 2 of some arginine, and yeah, get the pump product in there. So I think that's the biggest thing that this thing is missing, especially with all the stims in here. You know, with that high stim, there is going to be some vasodilation restriction because of all the caffeine. That's typically what will happen. And obviously the amount of caffeine and the amount of stims that you take is going to be dependent on each person to get that restriction. But I think if you're taking, you know, the pump products as well, it's going to help. You know, it's going to help synergize and keep everything moving and kind of balance everything out. Where this is a very heavy stim product, guys, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. So in terms of the label, I love the transparency. 100% love that they break it down 1, 2, or 3 scoops. I think that they give you complete label transparency when it comes to what's all in this, and I really appreciate that. In terms of the label, guys, this might surprise you, but I'm actually going to give this a 4 out of 5. And the reason why it's going to drop a point is because I just wish that it had the pump products in there, so I didn't have to necessarily stack with another product. 4 out of 5, guys, still a great score. I love the transparency. I love the doses of everything in here. And let's get right into number 3, taste. Very excited to give this a try. We went with the fruit punch flavor. It's kind of my typical, I try to stay in the fruit punch lands. I don't like to get too crazy with flavoring. I think sometimes that can get a little funky, and I think to keep the reviews, you know, on the same level, like to do it, you know, fruit punch all the way, baby. All right, so this recommends for 2 scoops, 12 ounces of water. It's not even like 12 to 15. It is very specific. So we went with 12 ounces of water today. Scooper is right on top, which is great. It is kind of a red powder, kind of a lighter red. Don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. And like I said, we're gonna do 2 scoops. I did shake up the tub, as I always recommend you guys do. That's important. It smells really good. Wow. All right, so in terms of mixability, a few little sediments, which I typically see these little white things on the bottom. That's kind of typical in most pre-workouts that I see. Stuff that doesn't necessarily get mixed up. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Not terrible though. Mixability is really good. Not a lot of foaming. Talked about that in my last pre-workout review. Had a lot of foaming because I think it was due to not a lot of water. In this case, pretty good. So let's give it a taste test. Okay, so you guys saw me cough there, and you saw my face of like my first initial sip. This thing tastes amazing. That black pepper extract is definitely there, and that's what's making me kind of you know, cough a little bit. It's not bad, okay? Don't by no means take that as a negative kind of side effect or anything like that in terms of taste. It's just a lot. 10 milligrams of black pepper extract is a good amount. If I just kind of like put my mouth around the seal and seal it and then chug, no issues. But if I try to like, like breathe it in, yeah, I definitely get that black pepper extract. Kind of an interesting little, I wouldn't even call it a side effect, but definitely kind of interesting. I think it's kind of cool. It tells me that it's actually in there in a sense. It gives me that reassurance that it's not just a bunch of fillers. But in terms of taste, guys, wow, this thing tastes amazing. Tastes like Hawaiian punch with a little bit of extra pineapple, kind of tropical flavors. It's a very tropical flavored pre-workout. Sweetness wise, I think it's right in that medium ground. It's nice and sweet, but at the end, it doesn't just linger of sweetness of like artificial sweeteners or anything like that. It tastes very like smooth. And it's great. Honestly, tastes 5 out of 5, guys. This thing is incredible. I would highly recommend it. We're gonna throw this back. We're gonna head over to 24 Hour Fitness. We're gonna get a big back and bicep day done. And I'm looking forward to a great workout. So we'll see you guys here in a few minutes. All right, guys, we just finished up that workout, walking back to the house, and I gotta say some really positive things in terms of this pre-workout, the Metabolic Nutrition E.S.P Extreme pre-workout. Okay, within 15 minutes on my way to the gym, I definitely got the beta-alanine tingles hard. Probably the most tingled I've gotten. Not uncomfortable because I'm kind of used to it and I like it, but for some it might be a little bit too much. I will advise that. In terms of the energy, holy smokes, that thing was intense. We did a huge back workout. It was about just over an hour workout. We did 10 minutes of warm up. We did walk to the gym. We walked back, hit the sauna for 10 minutes. I feel very, very good. So yeah, guys, overall workout was incredible. I feel really good. Motivation was 100% on point. I would highly recommend this pre-workout. I think it has a ton of actives. You know, it's missing the pump products, but I felt like I actually got a really good pump in my biceps. That tends to happen for me pretty easily, but overall, really good workout, and I can't say enough great things. Look forward to hopefully reviewing some more E.S.P metabolic nutrition products. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.